jump right in and unpack the story of an invention called ShelfCat and see how all those pieces fit together. A spark, and this is it. This right here is a raw, unedited, super enthusiastic quote from the inventor. This isn't some polished PR statement. No, this is pure, authentic passion. It's the belief that got this whole thing off the ground. And this is the blueprint. Now, I know it looks complicated, but this diagram is actually a plan to solve a huge billion-dollar headache in the retail world. It's a problem called inventory distortion. And put simply, that's just the expensive gap between what a store's computer thinks is on the shelf and what's actually sitting there. To really get the solution, you first have to understand the problem. And of course, you gotta meet the guy who decided he was the one to tackle it. We're not talking about small change here. The money lost from simple mistakes, items in the wrong spot or theft, it all adds up to billions with a B of dollars every single year. It's this massive, constant problem that retailers have traditionally tried to solve by just throwing more people at it to do manual accounts. So enter Alan Vines, and his background is really the key to this whole story. He's not just some programmer. He's a seasoned executive who's been managing huge multi-million-dollar operations for over 15 years. What that means is he's seen this problem from every single angle, from the high-level view in the boardroom all the way down to the stockroom floor. And all that real-world experience led him to a uniquely powerful idea. Not just another system that reports errors after they happen, but a system that actively prevents bad data from ever getting into the database in the first place. He basically invented a digital bouncer for inventory data. Okay, let's go back to that blueprint. The real heart of this invention is this flow right here, the part called the Gated Data Integrity Pipeline.
Gated Data
Now,
Integrity
the name sounds
Pipeline.
super technical, I know, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's a gate, and it makes sure that only 100% perfect, validated data gets past it and into the main system. And the secret to making that pipeline work is a concept called slot gating. The best way to think about it is like a really strict bouncer at a super exclusive club. The bouncer has a list. That's the store's official layout plan, and it says exactly what's supposed to be where. If an item shows up and it's on the list for that exact spot, it gets in. If it's the wrong item, or even the right item in the wrong place, denied. It gets blocked. No exceptions. So here's how that plays out in the real world, in just 4 steps. First, an employee uses an app to capture an image of the shelf. Second, some really smart AI vision models like YOLO V8 and Clip go to work detecting every single item. Third, our slot gating bouncer checks every one of those items against its list. And finally, step 4, only the data that is 100% correct gets exported. Everything else gets flagged for review.
True.
Now, if you're going to build a digital bouncer that's this fast and this reliable, you can't just use any old programming language. And this brings us to a really critical decision. What I would call ShelfCat's secret weapon, building the core of this whole system in a language called Rust. Choosing Rust wasn't just a nerdy tech choice. It was a straight up business decision.
Yes, sir.
And it really comes down to 3 huge advantages. Number 1, raw performance. For this system to actually be useful in a busy store, it has to work in real time. There's 0 room for lag. Rust delivers that incredible, consistent speed that is absolutely non-negotiable. Second, and you could argue this is even more important, is safety. That slot gating module, our bouncer, it absolutely cannot fail. I mean, if it makes a single mistake, the whole promise of the system is broken. Rust has this unique way of working that gets rid of an entire class of nasty bugs before you can even run the code. It makes sure your digital bouncer is always on duty and always reliable. And third, concurrency. In a real store, you've got lots of employees working at the same time, scanning shelves all over the place. The system has to handle all of that activity at once without even breaking a sweat. Well, Rust is built for that kind of parallel work, which makes the whole thing incredibly scalable. So, with the right tool for the job, how did this thing actually get built? Well, this is where the story takes a very, very 21st century turn. It shows us the new reality of invention, a human creator working side by side with an AI co-pilot. It all starts with this prompt, and just look at the ambition here. This is not someone asking for a little bit of help. This is a high-level directive from a CEO to a totally new kind of partner. Alan Vines is providing the vision, the architecture, all the info, and he's tasking the AI with the execution. This is what the new creator dynamic looks like. And this just brilliantly shows the results. This is not some simple boilerplate stuff. What you're looking at is a piece of the high-performance, safe, concurrent Rust code for that core slot gating logic. and it was generated by the AI. It's sophisticated, it works, and it's just an amazing testament to how AI can turn a human vision into a complex digital reality.
Quite a bit.
But let's be real for a minute. Invention is never a perfectly smooth ride. For all the incredible complexity the AI can handle without a problem, the process still involves us, humans. And there is nothing more human than a simple typo and a command line. This screenshot is the perfect reminder that even in the age of AI, creating something new is still a messy, iterative, and deeply human thing. So, once the invention is starting to take shape, the last and maybe most crucial step begins. You have to protect it. An idea is one thing, but a defensible piece of intellectual property, that's something else entirely. It means you have to build a legal fortress. And let me tell you, that fortress is especially hard to build for software. You can't just waltz in and patent an abstract idea like a better way to manage inventory. No, you have to prove that your system is a specific, concrete technical improvement over everything that came before. The bar is incredibly high. So the strategy for ShelfCat is basically this brilliant three-pronged attack. First, they protect the system itself, the whole architecture. Second, they protect the method, that unique step-by-step process we talked about. And third, they protect the actual software code itself. You put all those together and you get a fortress around the invention that covers it from every possible angle. But a truly great patent strategy does more than just protect what you've already built. It anticipates how a competitor might try to copy you down the road. The ShelfCat patent plan actually includes defenses for potential workarounds. Things like someone trying to use a different AI model or processing data differently. It's like a game of legal chess where you're always thinking several moves ahead. Which brings us to our final thought. We've seen a human with a vision, an AI that can write the code, and a legal structure to protect the final product. It's the whole story of modern creation. But it leaves us with this huge, fascinating question for the future. As AI shifts from being just a tool to being an active co-creator in the process, how are we going to define who the real inventor actually is?
True story. True story, guys. See if you can turn you guys around. Oh no. Guess I don't. Turn it this way. You're not being able to see my face on there. Yeah, who do you claim? I don't claim to do it all myself. Never have. Human-wise, I'm the only one. I have one other person suggest, and then they try to steal it. Pretty sure they published, shared it within a few hours of seeing it, stealing it. It's on their company website. It's good old super. It sucks. Like, who does get the rights to it? Who claims it? So I'm just focusing on getting the app up and running, using the software for what it does, instead of spending all my time worrying about, oh no, which I spent way too much time worrying. I mean, it says the app's worth 10 to 15 million. I think I'll be okay with that. I'll be in a field that I know. And for all you retail people, if you worked with me, know me. I'm also going to go into, I'm going to shoot for hospitals, or not hospitals, restaurants, cafes, and that sort of thing. So we won't have the slot gating in there, which I may end up taking out anyway. That'll be up to the customer. If they want the slot gating in there, they can. It helps to be pinpoint accurate. But it's already kind of pinpoint accurate with the camera and the software that we got running on it now. I'm working on the last little steps. I hope. I always think it's the last few steps, and it's never the last few steps. Actually, I think though now I'm at the last few steps. Getting the touches right. Had a few calls with some lawyers and that sort of thing, trying to cover my end. Started a company, LLC, yay. ShelfCat Solutions, LLC. I'm just excited to get to work. I'm worn out. I am worn out, man. I know you can tell. I've been like come down this dungeon, as I call it, and get stuff done. But I'm ready to get back out and see the light. I'm gonna be able to sell this thing. Like, it's a no-brainer. Like, if you don't want it, it's fine. The price point might not be right for you. It just depends. But I mean, I knew I was spending X amount in labor, and I'm offering it for this $100-200 a month. I guarantee you, if you're counting inventory 4 times a week or 4 times a month, it pays for itself real quick. A lot of people are saying I should charge more, but I mean, it's only been me, so maybe have a few more people hired on part-time, some sales reps, maybe some marketing peeps. Maybe we'll get there. I think I am officially a partner with Microsoft. Not a big deal. Not as big a deal as I thought it was. I don't think. But it's still pretty big for me. So I'm proud to be. Maybe I'll do a live test later today. I think I can do one. I think we got enough down and pat. Had a security issue, like we were worried about someone's getting in. It continued to happen, and it was like somebody's getting in some way. I'll say it wasn't my fault. I'll say it's not my fault. I should check it, I guess, but didn't expect it. Never mind. Oh man. But it was me, man. I made it. I just wish I could get some credit for it. People trying to steal it from me, man. That's just pathetic. It's pathetic that you can't come up with something and then you try to steal someone else's work. Because that's how you come down to. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. It really is pathetic. It bugs me a little bit, as you can tell. It bugs me quite a bit. I'm like, these no good, like, there's a special place and you know where for them. Their day's coming. And that's probably the best bet. And then the Bible says, and I'm not going to say the exact quote, but let Jesus, or let God do the revenge, not you. When you try to do it, it's never going to work. It's not going to be the way you want it to be. But if you let Him do it, He'll do it greater than you thought. More than you could ever imagine. And sometimes it's better just to give grace. It'll come back to you. It's not the mentality you have. Obviously, everything come back to you if you give grace, but it's also a mind shift, so that helps too. All right, Shelf Guy out. Check out the website. Was it shelfcat.us? I think it's got us.net, .solutions, .services, and .inventory solutions. I'll buy them all up. Make sure nobody come and get them. All right.